All right, we're on. Good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader and one of the many coaches now we have at TradeGATEHub. It is a Monday morning, and good morning. It's the first day of the trading month, May 2nd. And you know what? I actually went to get another coffee because I start this 11 Eastern. It wasn't late because I was getting coffee. I came back and the futures fell 20 handles, something about, pardon me, Putin having cancer. And listen, I don't mean to jump ahead, and I want to jump ahead, but right now it's really not the right thing because I owe it to our newer viewers to at least get into the routine, and the routine being Monday morning is actually I started posting last evening, Sunday night, because as I said on the video with TradeGATEHub, Friday was one of the more important days that I could remember in recent memory, with Amazon being down and Apple reversing and the commodities going. It's just uh, I've been trading for a while, since the mid '90s, and this is should be my time when the VIX is volatile. But you know what? It's a difficult time, and you know what? I'm an active manager, and I do have a fund, as you know, and there's always something to do. But as you get bigger and bigger size and you handle more money and volume, that boring cliche, sometimes the trade is best as no trade, sticks to my mind. Pardon. Even on Monday morning, it feels like a Friday, which actually it feels like a Thursday. I don't have any problem with the Thursday. Friday I just don't like, because why? Because you don't trade on Saturdays. So you know what? Let me stop getting into it. Good morning, and here's TradeGATEHub. Let me log in, and I will go through some of the routine. But the bottom line is this: the team created this red button here, gives you everything. It's the YouTube channel. And not only is it, first of all, you could look back and see all the amazing guests that coaches have on. It's surreal. So here you go. Here, this is our, for months and months and months. Go back and watch the videos. I watch the videos and I go back because I try to do better. I look at myself. I want to articulate better. I don't want to be redundant. I want to get as much material. Just like the old TradeGATEHub theme is, quality over quantity. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to get inundated, but we have this YouTube channel here for you to go over. So, you know what I mean? For any one of the newer people, instead of going right into the room, it's almost like, watch a couple of videos, get familiar of what we're used to, and you know what I mean. So when you start getting in TradeGATEHub and you want to go live or do go live, it's not inundating. I understand there's a lot. Well, actually, it's not a lot of data. There's a data at a high level. And I always say another thing is that, if you want to learn, first of all, the first thing you should be doing is, if you don't have a TradeView account, get a TradeView demo, because I used this cliche last week. If you want to learn how to sail in a storm. It's no risk to you. It's your learning. It's going to narrow your learning curve. When you can go out in a tropical 5 storm and learn how to sail, and guaranteed that you're not going to get killed or injured, why not learn that way? You know what I mean? I grew up in Long Island. When I used to go down and play basketball, I used to have to sit on, wait on the sideline to play with the other, with the older kids for a couple of hours before they pulled me in. But I wanted to play with the older kids. You know what I mean? I wanted to get beat around a little bit, because when I went back to my level or my grade school level, it was just a different story. So we have we have all the demos on several different type of platforms. This is the time you really want to learn how to trade. When professionals across the board, and I'll get into TradeGATEHub again, are saying that it's difficult. Good morning, coach. I hope everything's okay with the family. This is the time to learn. Go over the videos. Anybody, bull markets are easy. When something goes like that, just in a 20 to 45 degree angle goes up every day, you don't learn much. All you learn to do is put in stop losses or trailing stops. You don't learn how to trade or worry about rotation, if you will. So let me make sure I'm in the right screen, and I will go through some of the steps because it was relevant. Well, all the steps are relevant what happens that day, or else they wouldn't post it. It's only a matter for you to interpret it or ask me what you think, and then you can go from there. So listen, it's not really I got, as I said in Friday's videos, I got caught up in a couple of these little small positions that really take it away from my bread and butter. And it's aggravating. And I'll tell you about it this morning. I apologize again. When you wake up at 3:30 and you trade, it's it. And you go to bed, really not on even the late side, on the early side. All right. So this is where I started posting on Sunday evening, and it was in the other room. That was 18 hours ago. Okay. If ever there were more important videos and time to learn to educate yourself, it's going over these Mike Santoli videos. I'll give you an example. Here's what he says, Berkshire Hathaway meeting. Don't you want to know what's going on at Berkshire Hathaway meeting? I do. Here's another one of his videos. Last word, endurance over quality. That was going on Friday afternoon. And here we are at the last one, which I believe was the professor of Wharton, Jeremy Siegel. The guy's invented whatever volatility measure event. He gave his opinion on where the market is. By the way, they're opinions, but they're high level opinions. And I also want to go back to one thing. So watch the videos and be smart. Here you go. I posted it, and listen, it's a high frame of reference. Here's Jim Cramer's week ahead on how he gives his feeling about all the earnings coming up, and even the Fed coming out. There's Under Armour's earning. There's Yum. There's ConocoPhillips, DoorDash, Pfizer, Devon Energy, Mosaic, Starbucks, AMD's tomorrow. So read that. You know what I mean? It's it might not be the, he's a little bit cold now, but it's a very sincere and articulate opinion. Okay. So watch for Jim Cramer. I put that data out. Here we are. You know what? When we're in these extended sentiment situations, or even index wise, if you will, these things don't trade on the sentiment just because we're oversold. We were oversold right here, if you look, and we went even further. So oversold can stay oversold. And you know what? I won't apologize for being redundant, because that's one of the important ones. Daily sentiment. We were pinned down here. We opened pinned. So we opened, I believe this morning, we were up 20 handles. We reversed to be down to 25 handles. So listen, like I've always been saying, this is the second half of the earnings week. If I were to not be hypocritical and follow my plan, once again, we're entering the second week of earnings week, to put any long-term money to work, which I do. As I said before, I'm having more trepidation placing money in the long term than I am I'll show you the day trades. Day trades, and I'm not saying this is an egregious statement, I should be at this level, I've been easier. I'll show you them today, but I have to make beautiful trades in order to make up for these losers that I'm not really averaging down in, but I let losers go. I went against my gut feeling, went against the trend, didn't stay with best of breed. Look at Friday's video again. And that was a really good video, by the way. I didn't even give a lot of stock picks, but I wore my heart on my sleeve, as I usually do, but it was trading. Credit default swaps. If Coach didn't talk about it at 9:30, that's what's been going on. That's the predominant theme. You can either go to the TBT, you can go to the 10-year, you can go to anything you want. It's all, it's a macro bond related situation. Fear and greed. All right. As I said on Thursday, before we had that 600-point rally, you know what I mean? I was getting a little uncomfortable with me thinking I'm in cash and the long-term fund is getting pinched a little bit. But even on these positions, I was getting a little bit uncomfortable. And I said, and I articulated that in TradeGATEHub, when a professional gets uneasy, and I use the same example for Shopify, as I said before on Wednesday, that's a time you might be wanting to, start nibbling a little bit, because, professionals are a little bit early. And even the insiders that we see going across the board, they're in. So, get to know me as well. I traded on a desk for years with 7 other people. And the real good people, real good traders know that there's money to meet everywhere. So if somebody will say, listen, guys, I'm a little bit cold, stay away from me, and do the opposite, it happens. That's why you're on a desk. Equity put call. All right. We want it to be about 1. You know what I mean? This was 2000. This was COVID. This was 2018. And I'm going to tell you something. You give it a day or two, even come Wednesday, or even earnings trickle, or they continue to print decently but act poorly. For example, Apple, Amazon, and Google. God forbid AMD does poorly. Starbucks is now even a Dow stock. So you know what? It's very, very good for trading, and that's where even Elon Musk said it. We were joking, and I think I posted here, even on a TradeView this morning, how active management is the way to go for the next couple of years. It's just not putting money in index funds anymore. And that's another reason, by the way, to get a TradeView a demo account. You know what? If I'm going too fast or I'm going too slow, obviously say some things in here. I take it all to heart, but go back on all the videos, pause it. You want to see my universe that I post every day on the screen? Watch the video, pause it, and then you'll see what I'm doing in my universe. Sentiment indicator. Goldman said they don't know what to do. They didn't know what to do for the last for the last 6 months. Now they're most underinvested they've been in a long time. Excuse me. Drawdown risk levels. Lewis might want to comment on this. He asked a question about this. Now he's probably very well versed. Fund flow. It's a lot. I mean, it could be worse, but I'm not sure yet. I mean, these are abnormal times with the war going on and interest rates, going back and forth. So what is a normal time? I don't know. Do you call COVID a situation where you have to get extreme, or normally these are times where they normally are extreme outside of the, I'm not really sure what's normal anymore, but you know what? It's okay. Sector sentiment, play off that. Even the Utes went from best to worse. The semis, we had a little trade on this morning. Okay. Biotech XBI is outperforming as we speak. So a lot of these indices are still in the holes. They should. So always go with best of breeds. And it's even evident today. Bank of Bull indicator. Let me say something about the Bank of America indicator. Bank of America is kind of for like older, older clients. Maybe the older clients get a little bit skittish, you know what I mean, when they see their fund drop like that. So still is a little bit way to go. We'll see where we get off after here. I'm trying not to look at my quotes. Hedge fund exposure, they're covering a little bit, but that's actually bearish because the market's making new lows, if you will, as they're covering. So I would have I thought the market was going to have, when they were all in short or not exposed, I thought the market was going to rally down here, and it didn't. Now that they covered and the market went the other way, it's a little disconcerting. I'm not going to lie. Go over this. This was on the Jesus feed, the public feed, the conversations, that Goldman is having with clients. Earnings for the week. There we go. AMD, best of breed. Shopify, best of breed. Pfizer, best of breed. Square, arguably best of breed. ON reported this morning. Devon, arguably the best of breed. MOS, I'll show all these best of breed. Marna was acting well. Uber. So you know what? Let's wait till the second half of these earnings come in before taking any stand. That was my original plan. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's active now. The market's coming a little bit, you bastards. And I'm going to tell you why it's so active. Where I took some positions off some trades because I had to, because I just didn't like anything long term. Worst month for Wall Street's tech in April since 2008. So what is that? You got a 14-year sample size, and between that 14-year sample size, you have the financial crash, the COVID crash. You have the correction of 2018, which, trust me, wasn't easy. So granted, I know there's a war going on. These are wild times. Active management. 2020 Wall Street performance. The Nasdaq's down 21% in the first 4 months. 21%. That's insane. Jeff Bezos lost $20 billion in a day. He should get a TGH password. Will make some of his money back to him. He doesn't have to concentrate all on his money. Smart traders use simple systems. I've showed you my screen before. I used to have 8 screens. I had 6. Now I have 3. And I don't, as I said before, at this level, and you're going to get there one day if you keep watching, is, it's only me against myself. I have my system. I've been doing it. I have my universe. Many things don't change. I want to adapt. As I say before, I still do this job every day because I fear that I might miss something I might learn, not something I might forget. So I try to learn every day. Believe me, just keep that coming. You just got to keep it fresh. You know what to do. It's fresh. XBI. You know what? This is probably the one. We've avoided disaster at what? At 100. This is the level on the XBI. Once again, if you're missing it, go back to TGH, go play the button and pause it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. What is that level? 864. I wrote down 67. I'll start the nibble. You're probably not going to catch the bottom. Credit default swaps, as I said at the issue. Yeah, at minus 13%. This is the largest drawdown in the bond market since 1980. No, listen, I was born in 72. So this is, I was alive 8 years. So the largest drawdown of the bond market is arguably, besides maybe the dollar, the thickest thickest in liquidity out there. You're giving a 1980, you're giving a 50-year sample size, give or take 45-year sample size for the bond market. It's not like wheat is going bond market. Year-to-date performance, Facebook is down 40%. Amazon, we stayed away. Netflix, we stayed away. So here's this week's economic calendar, probably more important than the earnings calendar. HedgeMine, follow this on my Twitter feed. Very important. We bought Upstart this morning, but we sold it. I don't want to hold it anymore. The 2 billion hedge fund loses on Carvana. It happens. ARK was down 29% in April alone, 30% in April. It's a bad trade. I made some pun things. Helene was away. This is what Jim Cramer said on Friday. Now let's get back to any macro things or anything that you don't even have to know what a PE is. But if you want to know and you're an active trader, this is Friday's movers with range, volume, and good price action. And what's number one? RDBX. I posted this morning. I didn't know what was going to happen. So let's look at this. RDBX had 10 times its normal volume, a good range, and had good and had news. So let's look at Redbox today, just to tell you. RDBX. I didn't make up this list. Redbox, how you doing? It's up $3. There's Redbox today. Okay. Followed through, had huge volume. Yes, it had 200-day resistance, but once it tested at 776, that 776, that 200-day was today. See that? They halted it right through. See, they opened it up. They got out the weak hands. They did the dip and the rip, and they halted it at 200-day, 776. And then it was all over from there, 776, 200-day. Give or take, whatever. You know what I mean? And right there, Redbox. It's up $3 on the day. What is that now today? Whatever percentage it is. Okay, so Redbox. I give you an example. You don't have to know what a PE is, as I said. What's number two? So these are stocks with good range, price action, and volume. BABA. All right, so it was BABA. BABA was all the Chinese stocks were good on Friday. So there's BABA. I'm afraid to look. I'm not in it, but I don't want to see it. All right, BABA. Okay, there's BABA. Good range, good price action, good volume on Friday. There it is. So if you had that list, you say, okay, BABA had good range on Friday. This is unchanged. So let me buy BABA in the down opening at 95. You're looking at 101, $6 BABA. That's all you need. And for it to be an active manager, sometimes I try to complicate things, but I know I owe people an explanation. That's because I probably have the explanation. PTT's up 5. Oh no, that was on Friday. See, I'm sorry, I lost my momentum. But PDD's up today. Another one. JD. Let's go to the down losers. Volume, range, and good price action. Amazon followed through. Was down another 70 today. Carvana was down 6 with price action. It actually opened down 2. I'll get to that in a second. We bought it in the hole. How you doing? So there it is. Coin. Let me get to more. Growth stocks, FOMC. There's our levels. Good. Then I said good morning. That was the date I posted last night. Then at 6, I started posting here. Warren Buffett says he has turned the stock market into gambling park. Okay. Our forte is risk management. No problem. We're in. This is why the semis went up in the morning. Read the story for all the semis. Everybody trades the semis, and they trade as a group. I do. I love them. Read the story. It's important. Jeff Bezos, I joked that this was what he posted on New Year's Eve. You know what I mean? The previous New Year's Eve, he was at a charitable foundation, I believe, with his then ex-wife. So once he posted that, you got to stay, don't get ahead of yourself, Jeff. I get it, but it's down $1,000 since then and going lower. Plenty of stocks that day trade. Very early pre-market movers. There's today's one right here. All right, so I'm going to get into more stuff here. Our macro view. Warren Buffett. Listen, it happens. He took a $1.5 billion loss in 52. My friend Dan Rosenbaum, brilliant trader. I follow him on my Twitter feed. I post a lot. He had his worth month since 2018. He's a sharp dude, but the point is, he's not going to quit. He's not going to quit. She should probably quit. Kathy, she's down 30% in the month, but she's not. So what I'm saying is, tough trading. It might be tough trading, but tough traders don't quit. Just the way it is. What am I going to do? Charlie Monk, I should probably stop drinking 6 Pepsis a day. That's not going to help. Our economic calendar, as I said, I posted it for the week. I posted it for the day, upgrades and downgrades. I posted what Jim Cramer said again about his plan. Coach, nice trade to start the week, as usual. That's what's in. And here are our levels for the day, our plan. Let me retweet it. Today's plan. I don't know where we are now. And I don't look at my screen because if I look at my quotes, I see everything blinking. I'm going to get distracted and look for our broadcast tomorrow, co-anchor. Yeah, on Tuesdays. I mean, you want to be, you really want to know what's going to, well, listen, it's what we do best. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, tune in for Coach and I. And you know what? I know we're an international firm, but Coach, we also talk about a lot of financial instruments. Coach is the 40 plus a coach, if his name's Coach, on Forex and commodities. So there we deal with the Forex and commodities too, and oils out of the way, and stocks. And I deal with 8,000 plus stocks here. So it's a comprehensive system at TradeGATEHub. And by the way, I will digress. And I know I kind of use that term overboard. Go to here. You want to know what's going on? This is how we make it in communal. Here's our Forex watch list. Here are charts. Here are our top news. You want to know what's going on? You don't have to look at me. Here's our news for the day. Okay. 11 minutes ago, stocks, global headlines, commodities, crypto. Let's look at market movers. You don't even need me. I hope one day there isn't. So when I finish doing this webcast, if you will, I'll go to stocks. I'll go to, definitely I want, no, not most active by price. I do that last. I want to look at top US gainers right now. So I'm looking at ACC, at the red box. So look at that. So I'm proud of that. And the team should be proud of that because there's red box. And red box was on here. Let's look at this one. Up high in relative volume, the bread and butter. There's red box number 1. So it's also in TGH. And I knew that, and the team knows that, but I want to prove it to you that this is eventually going to be a full service situation where I don't need to have 3 or 4 websites. This is going to be it. I don't want 3 or 4. There's Dragonfly. How you doing? And I'll look at top US losers. Go by percentage gain if you want. Go by change gains if you want. You know what? We have our charts right here. It was GPN. Biggest loser, GPN. So I look. Boom. GPN. Beautiful. That's maybe why the other ones are down. Global payments, by the way, goes with Square and NCR. Save a take under. That sucks. Let me go back to the trading room. Any questions, gents? Hold on. I posted a lot of good trades this morning. You know what? This is not a Pat Mike V on the back hour because it's getting to the point where I got to do work for us and our clients. So go over it. The first thing to look at when the market was down, look at stocks up high in relative volume. The whole, like I said, the whole firm was built upon relative strength, that Tim would say. The market opens down 20 handles. You go to this at 935, up high on relative volume. There it is right here. And you would have saw a red box and you probably would have bought it through the 200-day. Now you can't catch everything. I know that Warren Buffett had something on NTV. There's NVAX. NVAX right here. You see NVAX? Let's go to TradeGATEHub. Here we go. NVAX calls. That was right before the open. NVAX. Right before the open. And here was NVAX. 20 minutes later, up 8%. You know what? Here it is now. Right there, NVAX. And that was given. Marna, same thing. Listen, if you trade TradeGATEHub, you know, Marna goes with NVAX. Well, I'm long Aether. We're long Aether right here. Is that up still? All right, Aether. How could you not like Aether? I posted this in the room again. This is where I'm long Aether. At the bio. Okay, I started buying the thing at 554. It has huge option flow. It's had good volume. Well, God forbid it breaks the 200-day again. I think it's going to pull one of these guys. But you know what? I didn't really just buy Aether because of that. That was my edification from this. The feed that I give you with all the option flow. Hold on, the coach, what did he say? The dip buyers are all short-term flippers right now. I get it. Let's go to our feed. It should be Aether. I hope it's Aether. It was last time. Give me a second. Oh, you know what? It was this. This was 59 minutes ago. So this is what my feed says. Aether bullish, 36,000 calls, 1.4 times expected at about 10:15. And the put call ratios. Now, how could you not like this with volume coming? So I bought, what do I have? I have 6,000. You know what? If it's going to start to work and it goes over the 200 day, usually when a stock goes over the 200 day again on volume, it usually goes higher. This is something I'm going to watch. This could be a winning position predicated upon the market. And hopefully I'll hold it. Where's today? Oh, that's wrong. So wait, there's a position in. I posted it in the room. I don't know why it's doing that, but we'll go back. TradeGATEHub. Aether at option flow. Option flow, a good chart, and decent volume. I enter a position. It's that simple. I don't know what's so complicated about it. Let's see what else is going on here now. Let's see. Oh, this is good. Para bullish view, Lewis. Hood bullish. You know what? That was a one-day wonder down. Now they took it up again. They closed on the low. I wouldn't necessarily short it anymore. I'm certainly not going to buy it. That's in the penalty box, and it's going to be forever. I don't even like the company. And if you're listening, Guy, I don't care. It's a horrible platform. Go to Trade Me Markets if he's on here. Square a little bullish action. Boeing some puts. DraftKings calls. I'm not interested. Hood bullish. So this is what I think right away when I look at my screen. If the best they could do is go to Uber. TLT is bullish, though. I'm interested in that one. That's a macro view. Let's look at the TNT. So they're going to Uber, Square, Boeing, DraftKings. QQQ is a little bearish, and that's for the past half an hour. So nothing's really jumping. Although this MANU is jumping out of me. What is that? Manchester United? Isn't that Manchester United? Yeah, big deal. All right. Good team, though. Ford bullish. So nothing's really going on here right now as of 11:30. So again, we have our earning list, which we posted. AMD, you have Starbucks. It's the second half of earnings. The trading is good. The active trading is good. And until then, like I said, I'm not going to really take a position in anything. I would have liked to. I want more volume and more movement to reallocate, but right now I'm not repositioning. Once again, let's go over here. Good stuff in CJC Breast to Breed. Acting is great. It is a great. You know what? It is acting well, Coach. You know, I saw this VFF going. No, not really. Which screen am I on? Any questions, gents? Any questions? Watch Aether. And you know what? Here's my universe. I posted it here after the open. Listen, it's not the only menu, but it is what's going on here. I mean, these are stocks, PayPal, Square. Like, for example, these are financial stocks, right? Suppose I'm a chef. I'm not going to give you every financial out there, but Citicorp is what? Chicken Parmesan. JP Morgan, chicken franchise, BAC chicken wings. So this is the menu. This is what we're serving up on chicken. Mike V, how do you like to prepare your Citicorp today? Well, this is what I'm going to say. It might be out of season. You know, I have better dishes right now. It's not on the special list, but I'm looking at it. So Citibank might, this, by the way, might do a doji. JP Morgan had a call action. That could be doing a doji. Listen, I still know guys that have been dollar cost averaging in this JP Morgan. For example, JP Morgan at 171, a 20% chip would be $34. So JP Morgan would be what? 130. So here, you buy a dip on JP Morgan, you're right here. Then you buy a correction on JP Morgan. Your average price is 142 on JP Morgan. That's even why dollar cost averaging is hurting right now, even on the big ones. So I'll leave it at that as I get off into 11:35. Anybody have any questions? I'll take them. Checking Starbucks, Lewis, just like Shopify, maybe ease into it. There might be a better buy after the earnings, by the way. It's just like the 10% position in Shopify. Any other questions? I'm not going to get into any major stocks right now because it's a Monday morning. If you want to look, go to the stock beep and get really specific. Go to breakout for the day. What's breaking out for the day as of 11:13? TGTX. Didn't I tell you? This was one of my favorite plays. Didn't I, Lewis, tell you it's TGTX? Oh, no, it's a different one. So Overstock, thank God that's going up. Amwell, what are stocks breaking down on the day? Uh-oh, too many of them. PM, Yum, PLD, Dollar General, Williams, so Bro. So there's rotations, which tells me right now what's most active right now. It's most important. In the last, nothing really. Uber, AMD, Oxy, Apple. Okay, so these stocks, so listen, the good ones are getting active. Good for active trading. Uber, Apple, AMD, Oxy, Exxon, NIO, Twitter. That's what's active. Good for active trading. So I'm not doing much right now. I'll get back to my list afterwards. It is a Monday morning. We have a long week ahead of us. Keep the powder dry, as they say. Have a plan. I'll take all questions after lunch, and I'm going to be charting for a little bit, and I'll be back after. So, as I said before, enjoy your day, trade well, and cheers.